Ask Reddit fans, so what is a go-to joke you know nobody's heard before? So what do you call a child born out of incest? A gross domestic product. What do you call a little boy who's half French and half Scottish? A wee lad. Why did the walrus go to the Tupperware party? He was looking for a tight seal. An elderly couple are in the doctor's office. Doctor comes in and says to the old man, "I need a urine sample, a stool sample, and a semen sample." The old man says, "What?" His wife says, "He needs your underwear." How many bones are in a human hand? A handful. I know several jokes in sign language. I guarantee nobody has ever heard them. My wife said she wants to, experiment more in the bedroom, but it looks like I'm in the control group. So what's the difference between a ribeye steak and a meteorite? One's pretty meaty, and the other's a little meatier. What's the difference between a genealogist and a gynecologist? One looks up the family tree, the other looks up the family bush. An elderly couple were in church during the Sunday morning sermon. All of a sudden, the wife whispers to her husband, "I've just done a silent fart. What should I do?" The husband replies, "Turn up your hearing aids." My 6-year-old daughter came up with this one last week. Which place has the most chairs? The city. On Sunday, I stuck my hand into a feather pillow and had a rummage around. I did the same on Monday and Tuesday. This morning, I went to my psychotherapist and told him I've been feeling down for a few days. What do you get when you cross human DNA with goat DNA? You get kicked the hell out of the petting zoo. I am Buzz Aldrin, the second man to step on the moon. Kneel before me. 3 altar boys line up for confession. First one goes in and says, "Bless me, Father. I've committed impure acts with a girl classmate." Priest asks, "Was it Bridget O'Flaherty?" Altar boy says, "I can't say, Father." Priest asks, "Was it Caroline Murphy?" The altar boy says, "Please don't ask, Father." Then the priest asks, "Was it Jennifer Smith?" And the altar boy says, "If I say who it is, Father, she could get a reputation." So the priest says, "While what you did was wrong and sinful, it is decent of you to withhold her name. For penance, I want you to say 2 rosaries, and you can't serve Mass for a month." Leaving the confessional, one of the other altar boys asks him, "What did you get?" And he replied, "A month off and 3 good leads." What do you call it when a cow jumps over a barbed wire fence? Utter destruction. Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're pretty darn good at it. So what's the difference between an oral thermometer and a rectal thermometer? The taste. Why did the blind guy fall into the well? He couldn't see that well. What do you call a monk whose skin is toughened from long years of walking everywhere barefoot, but now in his old age he finds himself too frail to walk and has unusually bad breath to top it all off? A supercalifragilisticexpialitosis. I made up the greatest dad joke in history. When I was 5, I took a ruler to my dad, started poking him with it. When he asked what I was doing, 10 minutes later I said, "I'm measuring your patience." He left his business call and laughed for 5 minutes straight. I was born to make dad jokes. What's the difference between a school bus and a cactus? A cactus has life-ruining little pricks on the outside. Why can't ants get COVID? Because they have antibodies. How do French ambulances sound? Wee-oo, wee-oo. The orange juice complained to his therapist that no one wanted to drink him because he had too much pulp. He was so depressed that he wanted to throw himself from the highest refrigerated shelf. "Try to restrain yourself," said the therapist. How do you turn a duck into a soul singer? Put it in the oven until its bill withers. Why do some couples not go to the gym? Some relationships don't work out. What do you call a black man flying a plane? A pilot, you racist. What's worse than raining cats and dogs? Hailing taxicabs. The Ford F-150 has a towing capacity of 11,500 pounds. That's my best pickup line.